Rivers bursting their banks and sweeping away bridges. Roads flooded with cars and people carried away. Homes devastated with desperate efforts to rescue those stranded. In the smartphone age, we're confronted with images of destruction daily, whether man-made or caused by forces of nature. But the tragedy is almost as close to home as it gets. For Gibraltarian Jason Goldwin, it is home. He lives in the heart of Valencia.
Everything's been cut off, messages every minute. All the town areas have been flooded, especially on the south entrance to Valencia. It's absolutely a disaster. The fact is that a lot of people have lost their lives and there are still people missing. So, yeah, I mean, a lot has to be done in Valencia the next couple of days to recover, by the emergency units, fire brigades, army, etc. It's unprecedented, yes. So probably the worst floodings in the last 100 years in Valencia. Especially towns 5 to 10 kilometers away from Valencia, going up towards the A3 main road to Madrid, up to Utiel and Requena. In fact, some of my friends have actually stayed in their workplace during the night because they couldn't get into their cars and leave. But from the images, as you can imagine and probably seen, cars have been flooding around, missing cars. People don't know where they are. 51 people dead. You can imagine how it is. It's a sad day for Valencia. It's been worse than what we expected. People say, oh, it's not going to be too much. It's okay, we've had this before. But apparently, even though we were texted on each mobile, people in Valencia, they advised us maybe a little bit too late. I think it was 9 or 10 o'clock at night when we got first the alert, and then this morning at 7, that we shouldn't leave our houses, not to get into the vehicles unless necessary, because there's an accumulation of traffic, floods in and around Valencia, and all it does is basically worsen the situation if people get on the streets. I've seen footage of bridges being collapsed by the floods, cars being accumulated on roads which are unrecognizable. And I'm talking about 6-7 kilometers away from the city center, which is just the entrance of Valencia. So it is a disaster. The towns are not prepared for this kind of rain. It's been terrible, terrible scenes.
Climate scientists have warned that the impact of extreme weather events such as torrential rains will only worsen with the climate crisis. And in the short term, with more bad weather across parts of Spain, its premier urged people not to let down their guard and to take special care. Pedro Sánchez said Spain would be united in grief with those who have lost loved ones, and united in helping to rebuild the places destroyed by this tragedy.